In the moment, did you ever feel like you were truly rocked?
No, man. My equilibrium was gone. You know, it was a glancing right hand to the back of the head. You know, I went for an overhand right. He ducked it. He shoved me to the ground. I stood up, blocked his kick, and he went to go throw a right hand, and I dipped my head down to duck underneath it, and it glanced me in the back of the head. And those are those shots that just like, they almost like take your balance away, you know, and you're there 100%. I don't even know who that ref is. I remember that ref saying, "Show me something, Dillashaw. Show me something." I said, I'm okay. And we're in a wrestling scramble, and the next thing is he jumps on me as I'm, you know, trying to get into another single leg. And I know Cejudo's on me, but we're in a complete wrestling scramble, and I'm not taking damage. You know, I did get hit after watching some replays with the left hook, but other than that, all those other punches he was throwing weren't really doing anything. You know, I was awarely defending, trying to scramble. You know, it wasn't like I was laying on my back, getting hammer fisted and getting my brains bashed in. You know, I was in a scramble.
But sometimes when you see someone cut too much weight, it's harder for them to take a punch. You're not chalking any of this up to the weight cut, right?
Not at all, man. I felt great. I felt awesome. It wasn't, like I said, it was the back of the head, and not saying there's nothing illegal about it because we're on our feet and I'm moving my head. I didn't move my head enough, and I got a glancing shot, kind of like when Cain Velasquez and those on the first box card.
Yeah,
at JDS, we got hit in the back of the head. Same kind of thing, man. Just like takes your legs off underneath you, and you're still there. When I fought John Dodson, kind of thing, I got hit behind the ear, and it's you're still there, but just takes your feet off underneath you. You know.
How much did you weigh on Saturday night?
High 40s.
And when you fight at 135, how much do you weigh?
I weighed exactly the same.
Obviously,
but man, from what I heard, Henry Cejudo was around the same weight. The guy's big. He was looking good too. He looked great. I mean, he had a great camp. He's got good confidence behind him right now. I'm happy for the guy. You know, good for him. Doesn't mean I don't want to beat him. You know,
sure.
Doesn't mean I want that fight back. You know, I feel we fight that fight 100 times. I win 99 of them. This is unfortunately that one fight. You know, you can disagree with me, and that's the whole point of running these fights like this. You know.
What's the goal? What's the plan? I mean, have you picked a date? You got a matchup? Give us an idea of what you think makes sense for you next.
The way things are looking, I'm guessing it's going to be April, maybe early May. I want to fight anybody ranked above me. I want to fight Tony Ferguson. I want to fight Conor McGregor. I want to fight Dustin Poirier. And a win over either of those guys will get me that rematch against Khabib, which is something that I want to do this year. And have a full training camp, really be prepared. And I know that's a fight that it will be a lot different the second time around.
You've been going back and forth with Conor on Twitter. Do you think that fight is plausibly next, or are you just open-minded?
No, I think it's definitely possible. I think that we both have a common opponent against Khabib. I came back. I want to fight against Kevin Lee. He was right up there. He was a win over me, and he's looking at a title shot. You know, I'm right there. That win put me up there. We've got I think the Conor fight, that's the fight I think that should be made, and the winner of that gets a rematch. I think him getting a rematch off the bat is just, money talks, but let's be serious. Nothing he did that night warrants a rematch. So I'm hoping Tony gets, everything with the Nevada State Athletic Commission goes well. Tony gets that fight, and then the rest of the division will work itself out to see who gets the next shot.
TJ has received some heat. I mean, I just see on my Twitter, people are like, oh, is he going to come on the show and cry about this and that? Do you feel like anything he has said afterwards has been an attempt on his part to take away your victory, to dampen the celebration that you're enjoying right now?
I get it, though. I understand his position. He's a winner. And I said it before, I think that's what makes TJ special, is the fact that being a sore loser is not a bad thing. He's a very passionate human being. So, I mean, I'm a sore loser too, That's just part of being a competitor. But at the end of the day, I'm a very carefree person there. People can say anything about me.
People like my partner Chael and others are saying, well, now it's contradictory because you're saying you want to save the flyweights, you want to be a flyweight, but then your next fight, you want to move up to 135. What do you say to those people?
No, it's legacy. That's all there is to it. I think if anybody was in my position, but the only reason why I would do this is making sure that the 125-pound belt is secured for all of us, not just for me, but for all of us. And again, Ariel, I got to sit down and really talk to Dana because I don't know what's going on. Or we can do it again at 125. I don't have a problem with that. TJ, if you want your rematch, you got it, man. You lost your juice, man. You lost your juice. You lost to me. I'm your next fight, man. I think everybody knows that. Unless you revenge your loss to me, your stock market went down.
How you feeling, first of all?
I feel all right, but to be honest, I got a little neck issue right now, and I'm waiting to hear back from doctors on the next step. I'm trying to get healthy.
Is that neck issue kind of putting fights on pause for you at the moment, or?
Exactly, yeah. So I don't know what I'm doing for my next fight, if it's going to be 185 or 205. Kind of both divisions have been, in talks as a possibility. But first thing is first, my health is most important, so I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to go on with that.
Do you think you'll be fighting again in 2019?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely fighting in 2019. Worst case scenario, I might have to get a surgery, but it's like a 6 to 8 week recovery, so it's something quick. But I'm hoping that doesn't even happen.
Of course, fans were very disappointed they didn't get Rockhold, Weidman too. What's the status? Is that something you're looking forward to happening as the next fight?
Rockhold fight? Yeah. I mean, I definitely want that fight back, and I was excited. I was ready to go against him, in November. And yeah, I hope so. At some point, we'll probably cross paths again. Whether it's 85 or 205, I'm sure it's going to happen.
Who is the dream fight for you at any point in your future?
Honestly, Jon Jones. He's been on my radar since I was a champion. He was champion at 205. I always imagined going up and taking his belt. He had some adversity, I had adversity, and I'm hoping that the stars align at some point. I gotta put some work in to get back up there, but I that's the fight I would love to have.
That would be big.
Did you watch the main event on Saturday?
Oh yeah, I did. And I like it. It was a good fight. It was a quick fight. I just feel a little bit embarrassed, from being at 35 and having our champion going down and losing,
Wow, so you actually felt embarrassed that he only lasted 32 seconds. That was the feeling.
Yeah, because I'm a 35er and he's going down representing us and he lost,
What did you think of the stoppage, by the way?
I think he that was just the beginning of the end, I think the referee wanted to just protect him. I think Henry was there, he was rocking, and Henry was just going to keep punching him.
Henry's saying he wants to move up to 135. TJ said he wants to go back down to 135 to get a rematch. Does this make you a little anxious that even if you do win on February 2nd, there's going to be more drama that you won't get your title shot?
Man, I have a tough fight ahead of me. Rafael Sassan's a tough guy. We fought before, and I'm focused on go out there and put the best performance I ever had, This is my main goal. Go out there, perform, be the best guy you guys ever seen. And after that, we'll see what happens, I think me and Rafael, we're both there for the title shot, And let's see after the fight who deserves and who's going to get it.
Robbie Lawler. Been around forever, former champion, as tough as they come, good wrestling, power in his hands. How do you see the fight going?
Yeah, I think you described it pretty well. He's very good. I'm going to have to put pressure on him. I'm going to put takedowns together. It's not going to be easy where I'm just going to one takedown and choke him out. I'm going to put some takedowns together and put the pressure on him. He fights in a way that's like, he sprints and then he takes a break, and he sprints and he takes a break. And so I have to fight at a constant pace, so I take those sprints away from him, dominate the top position, make him exhausted, and obviously don't let him land any big strikes because he has a lot of power.
He has a loss to Tyron, but it was a big knockout loss. Do you plan on standing up with him at all, or is this pretty much you're going to go to the wrestling?
We'll start standing, of course, but no, I'm going to do what I do best. I'll put pressure on him, and there's obviously no guarantee I get a takedown right away, and so if we end up standing for a little bit, it's no big deal. I can do that. But as far as me knocking him out, Tyron and I are completely different fighters. I believe he has more knockdowns per strike thrown than anyone in. Maybe anyone in the whole UFC, maybe anyone at welterweight. I don't remember exactly what his stat was. He's got big power. He knocks people down, and I just don't possess that ability.
You missed some time last year because of the shoulder injury. Do you want to get back in pretty quickly, or do you want to take some time off before your next fight?
Well, right now I want to take some vacation and some beers, at least for the next 2 weeks, enjoy my time, man. Enjoy this victory, but we talk about in 2 weeks, see when I want to come back. But yeah, definitely don't want to take more than 6 months off. No, maybe in the next 2-3 months.
Do you feel like you and Jimmy Manuwa kind of have to cross paths at some point, just because the fight is supposed to happen a couple times and it fell apart, or is Jimmy Manuwa, if you fight him, cool? If not, you won't lose any sleep over it?
I think me and Jimmy Manuwa will fight someday, but as of right now, I have different plans in my head, and I'll talk with my manager and I see, I would like to maybe possibility to fight Shogun in Brazil for the main event. Who knows? I wanted to fight in Brazil again, and I like to be the main event, man. Who knows, man? Shogun is the guy. So with all the respect, have a tons of respect for the guy. He's an idol in the sport, but Jimmy Manuwa is not in the plan right now. But I think me and Jimmy Manuwa will fight, but not now.
Chuki.